Hi, and welcome to my review of Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Start off with the title. Attack of the Clones is a much better title than The Phantom Menace. Having said that, it does sound like an old episode of Doctor Who. Now, I love Doctor Who, and some of the titles were a bit naff, and Attack of the Clones is one of those. Anyway, moving on to the good things about the film. Graphics are a lot better. I particularly like the fight scene at the end with all the dust clouds and all the zooms in through the fog to see the clone troopers fighting. That's particularly good. Padme, Natalie Portman, is really, really good. She looks good. She acts good. A little bit wooden, perhaps, in some of the love scenes. But otherwise, she's really good. Hayden Christensen is a far, far better Anakin than Jake Lloyd. And that works very nicely. Again, he's a little bit wooden during the love scenes again, but I think that's possibly down due to scripting, perhaps. Even so, he's good. Some good fight scenes. Christopher Lee, what can I say? That was a masterful piece of casting there. He really, really brings Count Dooku to life. Brings a bit more gravitas to it. Less Jar Jar, always good. And Jar Jar actually has quite a good role here, and that makes him useful. Kind of semi-justifies having him in the first place. What I do particularly like is the way Palpatine takes power. It's exactly the same way that Hitler did, and obviously George Lucas knew this, and he's done it really nicely. Very well done to him there. Nice to see the Empire kind of starting off there with all the Star Destroyer-esque fighters, all the clone troopers versus the battle droids. It's a great battle scene, a lot better than the Gungans versus battle droids. Far more serious. They do luckily leave the humour back to R2 and C-3PO, which is what it should be. People we like, droids we like, that's how it should be there. Some good fight sequences, of course, as I say, with Tyrannus and Yoda. That's particularly good. One of the all-time best fight scenes I've seen. I remember seeing that at the cinema, and everyone... Yoda kind of walked on with his little cane and got out his lightsaber, and everyone's kind of just chuckling, and then he starts fighting someone going, "Oh my god, he really is good." Much more enlarged role for Samuel L. Jackson, which is great because he's a fantastic actor, and Mace Windu's a good actor as well. Delves a bit more into the history of Jedi as well, with all the Jedi training and Coruscant and all the rest of that. That's good. Bad points about it. The middle of the film does drag a bit. It's quite long. A long Star Wars film isn't a bad thing, but it does drag a little bit towards the middle. When Obi-Wan does all of his Dick Tracy thing along with Jango Fett, who's another excellent character, it's a little bit slow parts there, and particularly during the love scenes with Anakin and Padme. I know we needed to have them in there, but it just slowed the whole thing down for me. Otherwise, an extremely good film. So good graphics, a good plot. Very nice to see exactly how the Empire was formed, or how it started to be formed, how the Clone Wars began. It ties in with the books, and I know George Lucas contradicts the books a lot, but it does tie in quite nicely with them, I feel. Some good fighting, some good characters, and overall an excellent film. I don't rate it as the best Star Wars film. I don't rate it as the second best Star Wars film either. But I do think it's the third best, just ahead of Jedi, simply because, say, it is quite a long film. It is quite a pivotal film as well in the Star Wars history, because it shows the first scenes of how Anakin starts to turn to the dark side with the death of his mother, and how he went after the Sand People. And it's a cool film. What can you say? Night fighting through Coruscant is fantastic, and that guy with his death sticks, how funny is that? It's just a really nice film. It does still look a little bit too polished, but when you reach the fight sequences at the end with all the big battles on Geonosis, that just makes it all worthwhile. So yeah, I think this is a great film, and well done, George Lucas. Well done. Well worth watching.